4, 3. Nah, who am I kidding? I can't see the numbers. Hey guys, Ranchi New Brilliant of Commentary. Been a while, but getting back into it. Trying to do a little bit here and there. Don't have a lot of time, but when I saw the matchup that I gotta commentate this one. This is gonna be the winners match of the Group 7 of the MBC Survival Tournament for the next MSL. This is gonna be Midas facing off against Zero. This is gonna be on circuit breakers. Break the circuit, or something, I don't know. Bottom right hand corner in white gonna be Midas playing as a turn player. Upper left hand corner. I am so sorry. This is gonna be Zerg player playing in the magenta 0. I'm sinking 35, 36. 37. Now I'm a sync. This is a 4-player map. And commentating is kind of painful because I think I have a sore on the side of my tongue, and that is so annoying. Yeah. Sometimes your teeth just kind of run against it, and it's like, ow, pain. But yeah, I had to commentate this one. I mean, come on, Midas, one of my favorite Terran players, Zero, one of my favorite Zerg players. Not a lot of time for commentating for Brood War. Not too much going on that I want to commentate in the first place. Busy life, busy times, but you know, when a matchup like this comes up, you know, might not be the most exciting thing for everybody, but I see this and I'm like, I must commentate this. Midas gonna go out there outside of his main and actually gonna plop down at barracks. I thought it was natural expansion. We're going to be seeing some early aggression from him. Midas, one of those players that is very old school and sometimes throws out old school strategies that just surprise people. And I've seen him beat players of extremely high caliber, Zergs in particular, by utilizing something akin to for instance, just a 2-Rex aggressive strategy. And that's very old school. That was like 2005. That's what most Terrans used against Zerg back in the day, before Zergs really found their niche as a macro race, in large part thanks to Savior back in the day. But let's see, finally sending out a scout. Of course, Midas known kinda a little bit for sending out late scouts. Not too late, but you know, he's trying to get that little bit of extra minerals on the opposite side. We do see a 12 hatch followed by a spawning pool by Zero. This is going to be played very standard. This is a 4-player map. You got your bases in each corner, a wide open middle, so in regards to positioning, I definitely think Zerg has an advantage. But there's no easily accessible third gas right outside the Natural Expo. Not too easy to access and hold, so that might be a little bit of trouble for a Zerg player there. But I think that the longer the game goes on, regards to positioning and be able to spread themselves across the map, I think the Zerg will be able to do fairly well. Overall, a lot of interesting things that can be done in this map, and it kind of reminds me of something like Andromeda, really, in many ways. Bunker here out the front by Midas, not surprised by this at all. This is actually not right outside the Natural Expo. This is not even going to be able to hit the Natural Expo here, so I'm very surprised. Very interesting bunker placement here, but it seems like he's just going to want to put down some aggression. Just like, it seems more like a forward sentry base or something like this. Marine going to try to be a little bit annoying, but yeah, putting down a second bunker. It's kind of a step-by-step ladder position for him here, so that his Marines have something to fall back to just in case that forward bunker goes down. Has a couple SCVs in there. One drone gonna start harassing. That's not gonna last too long. Not too many Zerglings out there yet for Zero. Has 6. Second colony gonna come up. Gonna take him a little while to get the 3 Marines in here already. And Midas, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. Only from 1 rack, still putting down the aggression here. Trying to picking up an SCV, I think that was. And the third bunker going to be put down by Midas. This should be able to hit both the second colonies and the hatchery, but another bunker in there. Midas actually spending a lot of minerals on nothing but this. Third bunker coming in. Of course, this is not like StarCraft 2 where you can just sell the bunker and get the cash back. Last SCV going to go down, but there are 3 bunkers here, in many ways full with SCVs at some point, and the Zerglings just not going to be able to get strong. This is a very interesting strategy here for Midas. Could be a very quick win for him if he just keeps up the aggression. Zero desperately needs to get some defensive up. His static defenses are not going to come up. Second colony goes down just as it comes up, and he's wasted some of his own resources to try to fight back what Midas has going up for him here. It's not about winner's match, and this might just be a quick matchup here. Another second colony tries to just get up, but I think this one, Zero should be able to, should have enough to be able to get at least 1 second colony up. The bunkers aren't too close, but a lot of Marines are here already, spreading themselves out among these bunkers, and I don't think I've ever seen a strategy like this. Just 1 bunker at the back, so you can just kind of spread your bunkers around. The first forward bunker is going to go down to the second colony. Midas meanwhile is back home, putting down a command center, putting on a second barracks and another bunker. But he's going to be pushed back a little bit. Now Zero can just try to put up yet another sunken colony, just be able to take out the second forward bunker. It's going to take a little time before that happens, but still, Midas with a decent position. Now is going to be forced to run because Marines, a lot of his Marines outside the bunker! Zerg's going to be able to get a nice surround going, do some damage, but they stayed, I think, for a little bit too long. That second bunker had a bunch of troops in there, took down a lot of those Zerglings, so just 2 Zerglings left for Zero at this point. Going to be able to run to Midas's base, but he has his own bunker up. He will be able to defend this just fine. Going to float up his barracks just to kind of make a pseudo wall. I think maybe might want to start landing that and get some upgrades going pronto. Academy on the way as well, so it might not be as short a game as I maybe thought it could be. Overall, interesting play for both players. Marine's going to be coming out. The bunker at the front is going to be able to defend fairly well. More CVs coming out. And economy-wise, I gotta say, Zero is in a lot of trouble. Midas, economy-wise, despite that early spending, he has his natural expo going. And really, just the amount of Zerglings that Zero had to produce way too fast is not helping him out. Look at him. He doesn't really have that many drones mining at either of his bases at all. The forward bunker there for Midas is empty now. You might try to go out and prevent it from going down because there is only one, not a second colony. It hasn't been built yet by Zero. Probably just trying to get his economy up a little bit, trying not to spend too much. But as soon as the second colony comes down, I think that bunker will eventually go down. Still, only 2 bases there just now on the way for Zero. It's a fairly late wear. Not in the best position, so if he is going to go for Midas, he could be in a little bit of trouble. He is going to... Midas could be in a little bit of trouble, but yeah, barely manages to eke in. Zero barely manages to eke in that Zergling there. Going to spot everything out, going to spot the academy, spot the engineering bay, and Zero's just not... If he goes for Midas, he's not going to be able to do much at all, so I really think that lurkers are the way to go. He just doesn't have the economy to try to go for Midas, so maybe needs to try to go for lurker attacks. Has that base of the lower left position coming up, and that's a smart strategy for Zerg, I find, because that way he can just pick up 4 gas and hold it fairly well. Meanwhile, now got to try to ink it forward to this bunker. Might just let it burn down instead. Yeah, try to attack it, just get it to that burn status where it starts burning. And Midas is going to eventually have to retreat. Meanwhile, Zero just running on with his Zerglings, going to try to find a position to attack. But I still think Midas overall is just way too strong. Has, I think, has his 3rd barracks on the way. I'm pretty sure he floated his first one into his main. But still in a very good position. I have more supply depots. Going to have upgrades up. Stim should be on the way, followed by range. Stim already in there. Range should be coming in as well. He's going to have turrets just in case to help himself defend. Going to have comms stations, and economy-wise, his position is really strong. 4th barracks on the way. Should be seeing a 5th one soon as well. He's going to start pumping out troops. Might even put down a factory soon to start his attacking. And once he gets science vessels out there alongside his very large marine group, he's really going to be doing a lot of damage. Zero is going to go for Spire. In some ways, I understand him going for this because Midas doesn't really have that many troops, and if he micros well enough, he might be able to fight this back. But Midas with medic support and Mutalisks aren't really going to be in a very large number to do too much. Few Marines coming out there alive, doing a little bit of damage, it seems, as they do so, killing some of them Zerglings. Few Mutas alongside a sunken colony, a couple of sunken colonies at the front. So at the very least, Midas knows, you know what, I might not want to go for a frontal attack. And Mutas in the air right there. Might want to start engaging. The Mutas fly right under the Marines. Could take some fire. One Muta almost goes down. Might even be 2 Mutas that almost go down. Midas not afraid of engaging, but he's going to want to be careful because of those sunken colonies. At the very least, get a tank or 2 and defend those against those Mutas. Maybe even get a science vessel up there and just, yeah, push in. Doesn't have a very large medic marine group, so he wants to be careful. If he gets caught, Mutalisks yet again flying right over those medic marines. Taking a bunch of damage. Yeah, we see there's Zero breathing out, not really microing too well there. More medic marines now coming up to support. I think with this second group, Midas might just have enough to get this done, because if you finish off the Mutalisks, he is going to be able to go in there, because the Mutalisks are the only defense, aside from those 2 second colonies, the Mutalisks are the only defense that Zero has. At the very least, he's prevented Midas from going down to the lower left-hand position and picking that up. I'm not even sure if Midas knows about that, although I assume he can make an educated guess. But he just needs to keep reinforcing, keep putting on pressure. He should be okay back home. Just put down some turrets, not be shy about turrets because those Mutalisks turn around. But at the same time, you really shouldn't be too worried, because those Mutalisks turn around, try to go and harass Midas's base. Midas will just push in and win, and that's it. Some more reinforcements coming in. Zero trying to catch those medic marines at areas, trying to put down additional second colonies to hold this back. But if tanks come up soon, that's going to be trouble. Still no weapons 1 upgrade, and finally Midas spots the lower left in position. So when Midas gets weapons 1 and maybe starts getting siege tanks out there, that's going to be it. But I think weapons 1 might even do the thing. There we go. Weapons 1 in there. Is he going to go for the attack with just this? Seems like he is. Aiming in. Seems like it was just kind of a pump fake there. Waiting for more reinforcements. Bunch of Marines running up. Science facility should be on the way as well. Seems like it didn't quite see whether I saw the machine shop on that factory there. I'm not quite sure whether tanks are going to be coming out. One SCV here, the low left position, trying to harass some of them drones. Almost goes down, but you see Zero's economy really is not very strong. Only has 2 drones mining at the low left hand, and that's not really going to do too much for him. Midas now sending a huge troop towards the low left hand. That's going to go down, and I think, ooh, nice lurker wall here, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. There's no way that Zero can spare the Mutalisks for the defense towards the lower left-hand base. Getting Queens and stuff, trying to maybe desperately get some more workers to defend that base, but I just don't think he's going to be in a very good position. Those eggs eventually will go down. And if he doesn't have any more defenses there at the lower left-hand, which I don't think he does, the amount of things he'll be able to do, not really much. Sending some Mutalisks there, has a couple lurkers. Scan goes off though, but still pretty good defense here by Zero. Only 3 Marines, 2 Marines left, so barely somehow manages to save it. That otherwise could have been just a completely crippling killing blow, but Midas with even more reinforcements, medics this time. Don't think he has a science hustle yet, but one scan goes off. That's going to be enough. The last lurker going to go down. Then the medic Marines are going to just run up and do a bunch of damage. Mutalisks yet again flying downwards, trying to do some defending, while he just trusts in his sunken colonies to defend him at his upper left hand. 1 second colony here at the lower left hand. That's going to go down. He's also trying to desperately get himself up to high so he can get a Defiler. Defiler would possibly get him back into this game. But Midas just keeping on the aggression, keeping up reinforcements, keeping on the attacks. Has a couple of siege tanks out there. Does have a machine shop. 3 siege tanks at this point, so I think he's going to start pushing up. But still not managing to take out their low left hand position. Whether that's because he wasn't paying attention, not microing properly, seems like that is the case, because you had a much larger force at the low left hand there. Only a lurker sunk in the colony at a couple of Mutalisks to defend, and yet he lost a large number of that troop. Now he just wants to make sure he doesn't keep his science hustle or his tanks undefended, because with those tank science hustle and his fairly large medical marine group, he's going to be able to keep himself fairly well defended. There, finally, here, an attack going to go towards his lower left hand. Mutalisks are at a decent, somewhat decent number. Maybe they might be able to fight this back. Only 3 Marines in there, but overall, I don't think Zero's going to be able to hold up this defense for much longer. Siege tanks at the upper left hand. They're going to start sieging, and yeah, goodbye sunken colonies. That's going to be it. I don't think there's much more that Zero can do. He's still keeping his bases alive, but his economy is so bad right now. If Midas decides to expand at any point soon, that's going to be it. Never mind. Zero GG's. Midas moves out of his group, so we will see him in this year's MSL. While Zero still has to kind of go out there and figure out whether he can make it through or not. I'm going to see what that does. So yeah, you know, don't have a lot of time to commentate these days, but sometimes I feel I gotta sit down and get something out there just for fun. Also gonna be putting up some more new material that might make some people happy. Probably won't. Probably just a bunch of raging and rah, but you know, I do what I want to do, and that's just the way this works. So yeah, Midas all happy. I'm really happy to see him in the next MSL. Gonna be really happy to see him there. Really looking forward to it. Meanwhile, did you guys mention it? What's his name? Hope you enjoyed.